I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for that doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, just never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, like, told me, keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is what we gotta tell.
Every fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
There it is. Hey, welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about this episode today. As y'all can see, Mr. Get Done Some himself is not here. He got Tony taking his place today because we got a good topic for Tony to kick the show off. But before we do all that, I got two of my bros with me. I got two bros with me. I got Davey Dollars and Tony. How y'all doing, fellas?
I'm doing great. Excited about today's show. Got my brother, like you said, got my brother on the show with me today. He just came back from Colorado, so I'm pretty sure he's still a little highly motivated. But got some great topics to talk about today. I'm glad that he's on because we talking about one of his teams. You know, what's going to happen with Bill Belichick? There are conflicted reports right now. He may be gone. He might not be gone. Who knows what's going to happen? What's up with the Dolphins, man? I mean, they not only can they not be a winning team, they can't win when it counts. So what's going on? What's going on with the Dolphins? Then the Celtics. You know, what can they do this year? Are they primed to go win a championship? And what's up with Draymond? It seems like no matter where you turn, something he does messes somebody up. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited about today's show. I'm ready to turn up. Tony, how you doing today, big bro?
Hey, man, I'm doing well, man. I'm actually excited about today's show to clear some things up, clear a lot of things up. You know, there seems to be some people are mistaken about what we are. We got to stay in the news, so you know we got to do some things to stay in the news. I don't know what's up with my man Dre, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. Pleasure you guys have me here. Thank you very much for inviting me on the show.
Up.
I started a little early, but all right. Let's turn up. Joe, do your thing.
All right, y'all. So look, before we dig into these topics, make sure y'all like this video on 3 platforms. We are streaming this on YouTube, Facebook, X, aka Twitter. So make sure you like it on all 3 platforms. Share the video on all 3 platforms because we know you're watching, but you want to have others watching with you because we're about to have a banging episode. And if you haven't done it yet, subscribe and follow to all the 3 platforms, right? Use the comment section. We can see all the comments that we'll be using throughout the show. We're going to throw them on the screen. But if you put in a super chat, all right, we will pause everything we're doing, hold up, and then we'll throw it on the screen and read it out loud, and you get the platform. You get you get the shine for the moment, all right? As long as you ain't talking crazy. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Dave, the floor is yours.
All right, y'all. We got to talk about some things that's going down in New England. So there are conflicting reports saying that Bill Belichick may be gone at the end of the season. But then there's another report that came out today that said that that's false. So we actually have one of the 6-time Super Bowl champion fans Ashley on the show today, Tony. So we're gonna go to you first. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think Bill is going to be gone? Do you think he's going to stay? And to add another question, what do you think about what I said early in the season? Now that these reports are coming out.
Well, I don't think the reports are accurate, right? Now, the one thing that I know is that he won't be general manager anymore, right? That's not going to happen. I think that they are going to they're going to probably bring someone in, and I think that that's what's going to happen with that right there. Now, as far as him leaving, man, that guy got the key to the city. I don't know if they're going to let that dude go like that. It'll cause an uproar up there up in Boston, right? So I don't know if that's going to happen. So that's why I say sit back and wait, because reports go out, people say a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And we just got to wait. If you look at it at his press conference today, right, when they were asking about him, he said he said the same thing like he said beforehand when they would say we're on to Cincinnati. Well, he said today we're on to Kansas City, right? We're on to Kansas City. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I don't think he's gone this year. I think that, they realized they made, somebody was false money. I think somebody was false money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Mac and cheese, false money, you know what I'm saying? False arm, people that got, spaghetti arms, we probably won't do that. But a lot of things going to, a lot of things are going to depend on what happens with Bailey in the last 4 games. The last 4 games will tell you whether Belichick's going to be there or not.
Joe, you're on mute.
All right, so like this when the report came out, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, first of all, this is not the New England way. They don't just throw out gossip like that. You know what I mean? The only time I ever heard stuff get put out early was the Jimmy Garoppolo news. And that was the only thing. And that was a lot of nobody never came out and said nothing. That was all like bunch of speculation. Nobody never came out and really said nothing though. But when dude came out and said what he said, I forgot his name. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take his word for it. And like I said, they reported, it's not true. So I'm like, okay, that makes more sense. Now, if it is true, I think that like Tony said, he's still a good coach. I always tell people this. Y'all know I live in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm in the New England area. I'm in Boston like every single day. So I talk to Patriots fans literally every single day. I talked to a lot of Patriots fans today about the whole situation. And I always tell them before the season starts, man, I look at y'all roster and I'm like, man, there's no way they're going to make the playoffs. But some way, somehow, Bill Belichick have y'all competing in the last week for a playoff spot. Unlike this year. Sorry, not this year. So he's a good coach still, but like Tony said, the general manager duties need to be lifted from him. It has to be because he's not doing a great job. Now, granted, you can't win with no quarterback unless you got Shanahan. But anyways, you can't win unless you got no quarterback, right? There's no diss on Brock Purdy. It's a diss on like Jimmy Garoppolo and stuff like that. But you gotta have a decent quarterback. But Bill Belichick ain't do a decent job around his quarterback either, so he has to get rid of GM duties. Now, if they were to part ways with him, I believe the best place for Bill Belichick, Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers, they have playmakers all over that defense. They just need a leader that's going to put them in the right. One thing everybody says about Bill Belichick's defense, he disguises things so well. And he try to confuse you and trick the quarterback. You see one thing, but it's something else, right? Like he's a very clever guy on the defensive side of the ball. So he'll be great with the Chargers, and they already got their franchise quarterback. You can even keep Kellen Moore. Because it's not like with Kellen, they were still scoring the ball with Kellen Moore. They just can't stop nobody, So I think that would be a good place for them. But also, all right, now, I know you said, Tony, that in Boston that they don't want Belichick to leave. I don't know about that. All right. So me being here, you do have some fans that have logical reason sense, and they like, come on, Bill Belichick is a good coach. But then you have a bunch of fans who can't stand Belichick for what he did to Tom Brady. I'm letting you know right now. They don't like Belichick for how Tom Brady left New England. All right. So a lot of people, when Tom Brady left, there were a lot of Patriots fans who had Tom Brady Buccaneer jerseys on that year. They just said, forget the Patriots, I'm rooting for Tom Brady. Now, granted, they're going to root for him because they just diehard Patriots fans, but a lot of guys here don't like Belichick. They really don't. They think he's a stubborn guy and all that stuff. So, and then the worst part about it, Tom Brady wanted to be there. It's not like he wanted to leave. He wanted to stay. And Belichick basically gave him the Jazzy Jeff treatment, So I think he should go to the Chargers. Just don't go to the Commanders, all right? Because you're trying to go to the Commanders, you're going to try to be a GM. We don't want all that stuff. You want to be a coach? I'm all for that, but nah, no GM over here.
Dave, before you go, can I rebut something real quick?
I saw your face. So go ahead.
Yeah, I got to rebut something real quick. If they were wearing Tom Brady jerseys for Tampa, they weren't real fans because you're a fan of the team or you're not. All right, that's just the honest God truth. And here's my thing. Let me clear something up about the Tom Brady. Everyone's saying he never got paid. Tom Brady got paid. Everybody wanted. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like everybody's saying, oh, he never got paid. No, he got paid. Right, he got paid a lot of money in New England. So let's debunk that right now. Okay. But anyway, go ahead, Dave. My bad. I just wanted to say that.
All right. So for me, I kind of agree with both of you. I just have one. I think there's just one thing that I gotta say. So earlier this season, I think I've said it like multiple times on the show, at least twice, that I believe that Bill Belichick should be on a hot seat, because of exactly how this team has been playing this year, and then because they missed the playoffs last year. Now it's been 3 years removed since Tom Brady has gone. He's now retired now. And other than the first year when he left, he went to the playoffs. It wasn't necessarily all that good. They did get to the playoffs that year, but remember they got blown out by the Bills in that game. And then last year, even though, Joe, like you said, they were close to making it to the playoffs, they ended up missing it. And this year, they're already eliminated from playoff contention. So for me, I think that if he leaves, it validates what I said early in the season, saying that he should be on the hot seat. Because at the end of the day, New England is, before Bill Belichick got there, they were not a winning culture, if you really think about it. They did get the Super Bowl a few times, but they haven't won anything. I don't even think they have any NFL championships. So they weren't necessarily doing much as an organization to be considered one of the top echelon teams in the NFL, like in the past, like the Packers, the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Steelers, those teams that were known for winning championships. It wasn't until Bill Belichick got there along with Tom Brady, who remember it was what's the quarterback's name? I had it in my, it was Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe was the quarterback before, and he got hurt, and then Tom Brady came in, and the rest is history. But before that, those three Super Bowls, his first three Super Bowls, remember Tom Brady had a top 5 defense all three championships pretty much. So Bill Belichick is a great coach. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve an opportunity somewhere. My whole point is maybe it's time for a new voice in New England. Maybe it's time to go to another route. Simply because look at what he's done since Brady is gone. Not just losing, but look at what he's done around his team. GM duties, yes, I get that, but also coaching. You did not put your quarterbacks in position to win. Like that game earlier this year when they were losing the game with Mac Jones and the quarterback, even though you had no chance to win, you go and put Bailey Zappi in the game to see if he could help you come and win, and it didn't end well. It was a bad game from both quarterbacks. Last year, as the head coach, instead of going to get him an offensive coordinator, you went and had Joe Brady and
Joe Judge.
The other guy, Joe. You know who's Joe Judge.
You wish it was Joe Brady.
Yeah, and the other guy as your offensive coordinator, and they've never called offensive calls in their life. So you didn't help your quarterback out there.
Well, Joe Judge called a quarterback sneak on 4th and 10. But go ahead.
Yeah. then you look at the talent that you've put around your quarterback. It's not much. Juju Smith-Schuster, yes, he had a good season last year with Patrick Mahomes, but we all know he's not what he was when he was with New England because he had Antonio Brown there. He's not that kind of receiver. The other is Devontae Parker is not what he was when he was in Miami. He's not that receiver. Hunter Henry also has had opportunities to be good, but it's been up and down. No matter what you do around this team, it has not been successful. So I think that if they were to move on, I don't blame them for moving on because you need a new voice. Your team needs to improve somehow. So go do what you got to do. Now you want to think about other head coaches to put in that system or to put in that team. I think I talked to Tony last night about this before we even even before we was on the show.
I know you're gonna name first.
Who?
Harbaugh.
Yes, I did mention Jim Harbaugh. I mentioned Jim Harbaugh. But the reason why
absolutely not.
When I talked to Tony, the reason why we both agree that it might not work out is because Jim Harbaugh just comes with too much. He comes with too much stuff. You got the cheating scandals already going on in Michigan. And then remember when he left San Francisco, the ownership and him didn't agree because there was a lot of friction going on. He pretty much was calling him a little boy and stuff like that. And that's not what you do in New England. Robert Kraft ain't going for that. Let's just be honest about it. That's just not what he's going to do. Bill Belichick is a guy that he's hard nosed at what he does, and he's very old school, but he's not going to disrespect the owner. You know, Jim Harbaugh does not care. He's shown multiple times that he'll disrespect the owner. So, I believe he named another coach to put in there, Bill O'Brien. He said, but he would be fine if Bill O'Brien would, be promoted to be promoted to head coach. But one person he does not want there for sure is Josh McDaniels.
Heck no. I do like the Titans coach though.
Well, see, Bill O'Brien would be the better pick, right? He's been a head coach before in the NFL, all right? He's very much like him with no nonsense as Belichick has, so that won't leave, right? But I think he's learned, after being that type of coach in Houston, that he can't be exactly like he was, right? You even see on the sidelines, because I'm telling you, there were plenty of times when he should have cursed Mac Jones out. But you saw him on the sidelines, and he was just like trying to go coach him through it and trying to get him through it. Back in the day, he would have got cursed out, and he'd have got pulled a long time ago. So yeah.
Mac Jones.
I just think that. You said what?
I think Mac Jones' confidence. He's not as bad as he's looking right now.
Yes,
he don't have He don't have the confidence. Now I was done after the Germany game. After that game, I was done. I'm not gonna lie. He was terrible. But he don't
What's
look
funny is after the Germany game is when these reports said that's when they made the decision to let go of Bill Belichick after the season.
And I think it's because they are playing on a global platform, and you want to look good. This is an opportunity for you to gain more fans and all that stuff. More fans come with more people buying your merch, right? So, and y'all lost on a sorry way too. I thought the Patriots had 6 Super Bowls. Nah, then somebody that actually know NFL gonna be like, oh, that was when Tom Brady. Oh, what's the team that beat them? Oh, I'm gonna root for them instead. So he pissed off about that. But before you go, Tony, I will say this: if there was a coach that they were to get, I think it's Mike Vrabel. But I think it's shotgun for Tennessee. But I think the best case scenario is keeping him because everybody keeps saying Brady this, Brady that. I mean, the first 3 out of 4 Super Bowls, I'm gonna get more of that to Belichick, and people keep realizing that was Belichick's second year coaching there when they won a Super Bowl. So come on now, and that defense was top notch, So Brady helped because he allowed Belichick to coach him the way he is, because Belichick the type of coach I don't care who you are. I don't care you Caleb Williams, or I don't care you Mr. Irrelevant. I'm gonna treat you like the same. I'm gonna treat you the same. I don't care who you are. So Brady allowed him to do that because he was Mr. Irrelevant basically. So I mean, yeah. If Brady was number 1 pick, maybe he wouldn't have this big old ego like he does.
Maybe.
Yeah. But Charlie White's made his career. No one understands that. He made his career. So You know, everybody keep thinking that he was this way. The reason why, so here's what happened. When he got there to New England, Bledsoe was there, but Brady spent the most time with Charlie Weiss when he was running the offense. So that's why when he came in to run the offense after Brady got hurt, it looked different because he had studied it so much. And then the following year, it looked better. Now, Weiss left and went to Notre Dame, but I'm just saying.
And that's pretty much what our thoughts are on New England. If you have other thoughts, then you're free to comment. And people that are in the chats, let us know what you think about this. But this is a topic that needed to be talked about. Now, let's head to basketball. Oh no, let's talk about let's go to Miami. It's in his division, so it's something that he also has knowledge about as well. So the Miami Dolphins Monday night have an opportunity to go 10-3 and have the number 1 seed in the AFC. But and they were up about 13 points with about 4 minutes left in the game, and they lose to the Tennessee Titans. What is going on in Miami? Tua seemed like he could be an MVP candidate early in the season. Then they can't beat a winning team. Lost to the Bills, lost to the Eagles. Now they just lost to the Titans. Lost to the Chiefs. Tyreek Hill is having a phenomenal season. Has the opportunity to possibly break Calvin Johnson's record for yards in the season and go over 2,000 yards. But it seems like it's not going to amount to anything. Jalen Phillips is out for the rest of the year. Remember, in the beginning of the year, Jalen Ramsey was out. They've had injuries every now and then. They just went and signed another a linebacker because they have someone else that's out for a little bit. So, Joe, this is your brother's team. What's going on in Miami, Joe?
Now that game Monday was an offensive and defensive collapse. All right. They were up by 2 touchdowns and they allowed another touchdown. After they were up 2 touchdowns, they allowed a touchdown by the Titans, and all they had to do was get 1 first down. That's it. Get a first down. They didn't get the first down. Tennessee came out and scored again. Well, almost 2 minutes left. And all you need is a field goal to win this game because they're only up by 1. And then they couldn't convert on 4th down, 4th and short too. It's like 4th and 1, I believe, or 4th and 2. But if I'm the Dolphins, I'm not gonna panic on the result of that. What happened? They issued that game. They couldn't score in the red zone. They were moving the ball. They just couldn't score in the red zone. But there's my concern with Miami. They have a bunch of injuries on the offensive line. I mean, it's ridiculous. They just lost a center for the year. They got 2 players on the offensive line on IR, and they got 4 others that are banged up. And y'all know when you don't have an offensive line that's tough on your quarterback, especially if your name is Tua. We all know Tua's history with his head history. They are not trying to do a lot. They're not trying to have Tua hold the ball for too long, and Tua is not going to, scramble and create plays. He did a few times that yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. He scrambled like a couple of times yesterday and made some plays, maybe Monday. But them having that offensive line being injured is really concerning going forward. Because you look at the teams they might have to play in the playoffs. The Ravens. I mean, they lead the league in sacks. I mean, come on now. The Chiefs defense is like that. If the Bills get in there, the Bills, their defense is pretty good. They got injuries themselves. So they're going to have issues, and they are a finesse team. So Tyreek Hill constantly getting banged up. I mean, he never get put out the game, but I feel like every other game Tyreek get like a some type of injury, like during the game. He's holding something, walking out the field. So it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. But I think Mike McDaniel's execution down the stretch need to be better because no way you couldn't get that first down. I think it was 3rd and short and 4th and short, and they didn't get it at the end of the game. There's no way you don't get that right there. So I won't be too concerned, but I will be concerned about with Miami because of the offensive line issues.
Yeah. For me, it's like what what is the actual concern? Like, what are your expectations of the Dolphins? Are you expecting them to be a Super Bowl contender or a playoff contender? I mean, if you're expecting them to be a Super Bowl contender, then I say yes, you should be concerned. Because for one, like I said before, they can't beat a winning team. They have not beaten a team with a winning record just yet. And now they just lost to the Tennessee Titans, although they are still battling for the division with the Jaguars and the Texans. I think just about everyone doesn't think that they're going to get that spot. I mean, they have their 5th win of the season, but more than likely the Titans are not going to get that spot. Now, as a playoff contender, I mean, they're going to make the playoffs. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't see them losing every single game after this. So they're going to make the playoffs. But like Joe said, they definitely need to. Mike McDaniels does need to learn how to execute when the game matters in the end. Because you have a 13-point lead, you had basically 2 straight fumbles that your team got to put you in position to score and win the game. You were up 27-13, I believe, or something like
27-14.
27-14. You're supposed to win that game. Then
it was 13.
What's going on? Oh, that's me. Sorry, go ahead, Dave.
Oh. I was like, what is up? But I'm not expecting much of Miami. So I'm not overly concerned. I mean, like Joe said, they have injuries in the offensive line. Devon Achane has just got back from injury, so that's one thing. Remember, Jalen Water was out for a while with injury this year. Jalen Ramsey has been out. Jalen Phillips is now out for the rest of the season with a torn Achilles. So there's not much they can really do. It's not many moves they can make to be able to improve their team right now. I mean, you can make some depth moves to try to help you out in case injuries happen, but there's nothing you're going to do right now to be able to win a meaningful game in the playoffs against, like you said, the Ravens, against the Chiefs, maybe even the Browns. The Browns right now still have the number 1 defense as far as yards. They don't allow a lot of yards. They allow a lot of points now, but they don't allow a lot of yards. The Steelers defense can still be good, even though we just saw them lose to the New England Patriots. We know that defense, when they play tough, with Minka Fitzpatrick and TJ Watt, that they can cause you some issues. And Tua right now is not that offense is. I don't see them being able to win a game that put them as a position to even make the AFC Championship game. So the Dolphins right now are just who they are. They're a really good team that can score a lot of points, but right now they can't stop anybody, and they can't stop making mistakes. So, and when you talk about somebody like to be able to make decisions in the right moment, Bill Belichick has always been known to make good decisions in the right moment. So we know that's something that he's going to do. So Mike McDaniels has to learn that, because look at the coaching tree that he comes from. He comes from the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. You got DeMeco Ryans out there who has the Texans in position to be able to make the playoffs, who a lot of people probably did not believe that was possible this season with the rookie quarterback, a rookie head coach, Will Anderson, who came out of Alabama, and a rookie, basically their best receiver is Tank Dell. It's another rookie wide receiver. No one expected them to be where they are. And you got the Jets, who's had injuries, of course, with the quarterback position, and they got Zach Wilson. Although he did play well on Sunday, we know he has not played well throughout his career the last 2 seasons. I mean, he did just get drafted last year, but he didn't look good last year or this year. Then you got Sean McVay, who was on Kyle Shanahan when he was in with Washington. Look at what he does. His team, even though he's real injuries, the Rams look like they could be in position to possibly make a wild card. Mike McDaniels has pretty much the same exact offense as Kyle Shanahan does. He just has a lot more speed. He got Jeff Wilson Jr. and Raheem Mostert, who was in that offense. So that's why Raheem Mostert has been having a phenomenal season this year. But everything else is not. It's just not clicking together for this team. So I don't expect much from them. I'm not overly concerned because I didn't expect them to be a Super Bowl contender once I seen that they can't beat any winning teams.
They're a pig with lipstick on. That's what they are. They look good, right? Because they got the lipstick on, but they're not, right? I expected a lot more out of them. Right? But the one thing is that once you realize, so they, as Tua goes, I'm sorry, not Tua, as help me out, receiver.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, as Hill goes, as they go, right? And you saw when he went out, that offense was horrible. When he came back in, now he's throwing passes to the sideline, and he's catching them on the sideline and things like that. He couldn't do none of that when he wasn't there, right? So I don't know, man. I would be concerned. They'll make the playoffs, but they'll be out in the first round. I mean, it's that simple. Like, because you know what they are? See this tissue? They soft as this tissue. That's what they are. They're soft as this tissue, right? And I don't know, man. They're too much of finesse for me, man. Like when it comes time to grind it out. And I'm telling you right now, if Tennessee doesn't make all the mistakes they were making, they blow Miami out.
Miami made mistakes too.
No, they did. But look at the mistakes that Tennessee made. Tennessee made some really bad mistakes. They fixed it in the last 5 minutes of the game, but they made some really bad mistakes. But they were causing. So if you look at the game, Tennessee were their worst enemy, and when it was going on, the mistakes they were making were their own mistakes. The Dolphins' mistakes were because of what Tennessee was doing to them.
Tua fumbled, they fumbled the snap on the goal line.
Yeah, but that's because of the offensive line issues that you were.
Yeah, but that nothing to do with Tennessee.
Yeah.
Will Levis, they do a pick six the next play.
Yeah, I know, right? so like I'm saying, like it wasn't a great showing for me when I watched them. As a matter of fact, I was surprised, Joe. I'm gonna be honest with you, Joe. I turned the game off. Because I was like, this game is over.
Me too. I did the same thing.
I said, this game is over. And then when I turned on sports, I was like, what?
Yeah.
How? I was like, how? I was like, how? But that just shows you that one, they can't close out games, right? They can't close out games. That's real. Unless it's against somebody, a mediocre team, they can't close out games.
Well, Tennessee's it should be considered a mediocre team. I mean, they were 4-8 before they played the Dolphins, but now they have 5.
Yeah, but for some reason or another, Will Evans got them playing.
Hold up the Patriots. My bad.
Yeah, they closed us out twice, right? But everybody closing us out. You know, we're open shop right now, right? But
not the Steelers.
But you know, we handed out wins like Oprah handed out cars in her show, right? You can have a win. You can have a win. You can have a win. Right. So, but no, man, I expect better than them, man. Hopefully they'll toughen up, you know, before, you know, the playoffs start. They're going to watch them the next 2 games, right? Want to watch them the next 2 games and see how they play, right? If they seem to be a little more competitive in these games right here, like the entire game, then I'll be like, okay, maybe they fixed it, but they got to fix stuff fast.
Now, I know Dave said they can't beat a good team, right? And they said it, they can't beat a good team. I'm not saying they're going to lose all their games. They got to play the Jets. They got to play the Cowboys. They got to play the Ravens. They got to play the Bills. So they got a tough schedule. But I do want to correct one thing. I got a rebuttal for what you said, Dave. You said they can't stop nobody. Now, they've been hurt at the cornerback position all year. And then when Ramsey came back versus the Patriots, they've been good on defense. They've been good. I remember against the Chiefs, they only allowed 14 points. Chiefs, they scored 21 because of Tyreek Hill, right? But they allowed 0 points in that second half against the Chiefs, you know? But I do agree with Tony said. They have improved to close a game against a good team because they had the opportunity to close against the Eagles, interception. They had the opportunity to close against the Chiefs, interception. You know, and Titans had a good team, but they're a well-coached team. Like Mike Vrabel gonna have them dudes fighting. So they had 2 opportunities to close that game, and they didn't close that game. So same thing. Now the Jets, they are a bad team, but their defense is stout.
Yep, that's right.
So this is a division game in New York. No, it's not. It's in Miami. In Miami, I'm looking at the schedule. I still can't believe they dropped 70 on the Broncos. That's wild. But they got a gauntlet too, you know. And even though Tua, he probably still got a chance to win MVP because he got to play the Ravens still. He got to play Dak still. You trying to tell me if he don't cook Dak and cook Lamar and Lamar and Dak stop falling, that got his gauntlet going on too.
That's true.
Sir, that is
Brock Purdy won this winning. That's all it is.
That is a 2-horse race right now, buddy.
If Dak lose to Miami and Tua outplays them, and Dak lose to the Bills, and Tua also outplays Lamar, or vice versa, Lamar outplays Tua, they got an opportunity to pass Dak because Dak got to go through a gauntlet. It ain't sweet with Dak.
But Brock Purdy is still there, buddy. Brock Purdy right now is number one right now. He's number one right now.
Yes.
Right. So I don't know why people think that Dak is there. Brock Purdy is number one right now. I don't know. Man, when you beat somebody, you beat somebody head to head like that, you know, and you beat them the way they beat him, he's number one. Right.
Yeah, it's a star.
He's like this in there right now. I'm number one.
Yeah, but
he definitely
they gonna give that credit to the defense. They're not gonna give that credit to Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
You still gotta put up points. And he put up points.
It's not what I said. This is what me and Joe had went through. So
I'm glad we all agree. Let's get in.
Now, so commercial break.
Yes, sir. I got you on that.
So we'll be back after this commercial break. We got to talk about the Celtics, and then we got to talk about Draymond.
Big question about Teddy.
Yep. So let's see what's going on. See you then.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri. This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
All right, welcome back to the R2L Show. As you saw everything, we have IG chats. Become an R2L member. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. Now we got to go to Boston.
Talk about, man. Oh, really, Ty? Y'all can all agree and be wrong. Really?
Hey, let him say what he says. You know, none of them make sense. They, like I said, I was kind of sort of on the same line as them saying CMC, but as you can see, look at the tape, it's Purdy. But we got to talk about basketball now. We got to go down to Boston, you know, and say forget about this tea party. Let's talk about basketball. Are the Celtics in position to win the East and represent the East in the finals? You know, they did make it to the finals a couple of seasons ago, lost to the Golden State Warriors in 6 games. They went and got Drew Holiday, went and got Kristaps Porzingis.
What happened a year after that?
Oh, they lost to Miami. You know?
Okay, let them know. Let them know.
Lost to Miami, the AC, by the way.
The AC, okay.
AC Miami, first playing team to ever make it to the NBA Finals. Just so you know, he coacher. the Celtics are right now the number one team in the East. Went and got Drew Holiday. Went and traded for Kristaps Porzingis. Have pretty much the best record in the NBA, I believe, right now. Still, could be someone else, but they were a couple games away from making to the in-season tournament final, but that did not happen. They lost to the Pacers. Thank goodness. For me, I think it's possible that they can make it if they are to stay. If Kristaps Porzingis stays healthy, I think that's the biggest thing for the Celtics, because yes, you got rid of two guys that were injury prone, and Malcolm Brogdon and Robert Williams, but you went and traded for someone who's just as vulnerable to injury. They are also injured. Kristaps Porzingis has an injury history. When he was in New York, he had an injury history. When he was with the Wizards, he had an injury history. When he was with the Mavericks, he had an injury history. So is he going to be healthy? And what are you expecting him to do? He can play defense and he can score on offense, but if he's not healthy, what do you have to help him? What do you have to back him up? Is Al Horford going to be able to play that kind of defense for you? No, I don't think so. He's a good defender, but is he a difference maker when it comes to defense? I would say no. You still got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who both have, they continue to improve their games, but we all know, we all see that they're still turnover machines. Drew Holiday came in to pretty much replace Marcus Smart and be that leader as a point guard and be able to make good decisions. But he's shown that he makes some bad decisions sometimes as well. And I believe he's a better defender than Marcus Smart. But what is everyone else in this team? Derek White had stepped up a few games. He's had a 30-point game, a 28-point game. Derek White has been doing what he needs to do. But for me, if they're healthy, I'll still say yes, that they can represent the East in the NBA Finals. You still have other teams that can fight for that spot, like the Milwaukee Bucks, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Orlando Magic. A lot of people are not talking about Orlando Magic that much, but they are right now a top 3 team in the East. Vaughn has said that this was going to happen. He said they would be top 6. He also said that Paolo would be top 5. We all see that that's not the case. But the Orlando Magic are a team to be reckoned with right now. And the Celtics have an issue with them. The Celtics just can't seem to beat them. Last year, they lost the series to them 3-1. And then I believe they're losing the series to them right now. The Magic have become a defensive powerhouse, if you really want to talk about it. They're a top rebounding team. They're top in forcing turnovers. They're number 1 team in forcing turnovers right now. They're forcing teams to turn the ball over 17 times per game. They're scoring a lot of points in the paint. So they're a matchup. They're a matchup nightmare to some teams, like the Bucks, like the Celtics, because they can play big and they can also play small. So if the Orlando Magic are healthy, they can challenge that. But this is still a young team. So are they going to be able to do this throughout the rest of the season? That still has to be seen. So they have to be healthy. They got to play well. So, right now, I would still say yes, because the Celtics right now have the experience. They have the team. They have the vets. If they stay healthy, then they should be able to represent the East. Milwaukee still has a lot of things to recover, because they lost a lot of defense. The Bucks are 20th in defense right now. Their offense improved with Dame Lillard. They're now 7th in the NBA in offense, but we all know that you got to be able to play a little bit of defense to be able to win the championship. And we know the Nuggets were not considered a defensive team, but we saw that when it mattered, they played defense. So will the Bucks be able to do that? I don't know. The 76ers, we don't know if they can make it out the second round yet. Maxey has improved this year. They don't have to worry about James Harden. So we'll see. Like right now, I'll still say the Celtics, even though I would rather say someone else. I would rather say Miami, of course, because I'm a Miami Heat fan. But we haven't been healthy. We don't have what we need right now to be able to do that right now. So I'm gonna put my basketball head on and not my bias head on. And I'll say the Celtics can still win these.
All right, go ahead, Tony.
All right, because they're capable. They have the talent. They have everything that you need to win a championship on that team. But the question is, will they be coached well? Because I mean, he got out coached last year. He did, right? He got out coached, right? And they can't beat the Pacers. so I mean, think about that. They can't beat the Pacers. Think about it.
They beat
Right?
them already.
Yeah.
Shot 155 on them.
Yeah, and we beat them too, right? And we're going back and forth, right? We're gonna
Oh, you are
anyway. But so yeah, I had to throw that out there. So, but look, no, in all seriousness, right? So let's look at here. So first of all, they're tied with Minnesota for the best record in the NBA right now, right? So Minnesota and then both have the same record, right? Now the one thing quietly, Minnesota has been playing very well this year, right?
Yeah.
Like not many people have been watching what they've been doing all year long, but they've been doing some pretty good things over there, right? Now, just looking at the records and stuff like that, I mean, you would think they would be good. And I mean, I don't know, man. The 76ers aren't going anywhere, right? They can't get things together, all right? I don't think they're going to just stay even or even get worse for them, right? The Bucks will probably increase and go over and top them again this year as one of the best teams in it. So this may be a three-team race. I'm not going to put my Pacers out there. They won't do that. They'll make the playoffs this year. The Pacers will, but they're not in their league yet. As
What
far
are
as
three teams?
that goes. So the three teams, the Bucks, the Celtics, and right now the Magic. Right, like the way the Magic are playing right now, I think that they've been pretty consistent, right? And they're real scary, right? They're real scary. Defensive wise, they are scary, right? And you know, and they have no fear. The one thing about they're young, but they got no fear. They remind me a lot of Golden State when Golden State came out there and started playing after a while. When everyone was talking about how Golden State can score and all something like that, they couldn't play defense, and then Golden State came out there and played defense and showed you can play defense. Right? That's the type of team they remind me of. Now they can't score like Golden State. We're not gonna put that up there. They can't. All right, but I'm telling you, they're the Celtics, because of the experience and the team they have, they should win the East. But I can smell. Hold on, it's like The Rock. Hold on, I smell collapse. I smell it. I just smell it, man. All right, because the way that they show no emotion when they play anymore, right? Like there's nothing going on, and it's like they're there and they're not really there, right? You know, so I don't know, man. They're a weird team to me. They're a team that has, like I said, everything, every skill, like everything that you want in the bucket for them to be good is there, right? But they ain't got nobody stirring the pot. All right, and I still don't know whether their coach has learned from last year, and will he be out coached again by an experienced coach in the playoffs? Because I can see him getting out coached by a lot of look at it. Well, I don't know about the Bucks, but you know, a lot of more experienced coaches out there. He'll probably lose it. He'll get out coached again. Go ahead.
All right, so we just got some breaking news right now. Draymond Green has been suspended indefinitely. Go ahead, Joe.
Sounds about right.
All right, we covering that topic next. You gotta stick around. All right, I want to play this real quick. I didn't have the video cue, but I got the audio. Okay, I want y'all to hear this real quick. This is Jason Tatum. I think yesterday's game after beating the Cavaliers.
But you know, everybody's contributing at a high rate, and you know, we're winning. We got, you know, we're the best team in the league. So you know, winning takes care of everything.
Y'all heard that?
He didn't sound confident, but yeah, I heard it.
He said it, but that's how he talked though. But
yeah,
he said the best in the league. Listen, man, I could dig up numbers. I could talk about Joe Mazzulla. I could talk about Drew Holiday. I could talk about Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown. You know, I can talk about all that stuff. The guy that is the decision making of this question. Like, who's like, are they going to be a championship team or not? It's up to Jason Tatum. All right, I don't care about that stuff. Joe Mazzulla got coach. They lost to Miami because of Jason Tatum. The first 3 games against Miami, this dude had 0 field goals in the fourth quarter. 0. And then he decided to get aggressive. What happened? They won 3 games in a row. When he get aggressive. And then get hurt game 7. Being aggressive, which I like. But come on, man. Why wait until you're down 0-3? Tatum is the reason why they're not winning. They get to the NBA Finals against the Golden State Warriors. He gets outplayed by Jaylen Brown. He shoots like 30-some% from the field, averaging like 22 points a game in the NBA Finals. Like, you going against the Bucks. He having an okay series. You're back against the wall, and now you want to drop 40? Like, where is all this urgency early on? So that's my issue with the Celtics. And I'm in the Boston area, y'all. I talk to Celtics fans every day. I'm hard on Jason Tatum because I feel like Jason Tatum has the potential to be the best player in the NBA. Think about it, y'all. What other NBA player name your NBA player that's a better two-way player than Jason Tatum? I'll wait. Name me one. Name one person. Can't.
Are we actually naming them?
Go. You could give me somebody. I want to hear it. Somebody told me Giannis. I'm like, I never seen Giannis guard him on the wing and shut them down. I never see Giannis guard the best player in the end of the game. I never seen that. Giannis is a good hell side defender, but Tatum, Jordan, come on, Tomo, let's stop it. Shout out to Tomo, he's not here. But look, Jason Tatum is a great defender. Jason Tatum is 6'9". Jason Tatum is a ball handler. Jason Tatum is a pretty good passer. He can score at all 3 levels. He can do everything. His issue is he don't assert himself. He's not aggressive enough. He's not consistent. That's his issue. So I think that if Jason Tatum is going to be aggressive and consistent, then the Celtics will win it. They're going to win the championship. I think the Celtics by now should have been at least 1 or back-to-back championships because they would have gave them a run for their money. But that's my issue. So, yes, on paper, yes, they deserve to be representing the East. But knowing these Celtics, I can't guarantee that. And also I want to tell y'all, in the words of Carlton Banks, whoa, cool your jets. You're all over the map. Relax about Orlando, okay? You said it's a 3-team race. You putting Orlando above Philly? Relax, Tony. All right, relax. Orlando hasn't made the playoffs. Orlando is a young team. Orlando is 20-something games in. All right, let's wait, okay? Let's relax. I know they have a high record right now. Believe it or not, Philly is better this year than what they were since Jimmy Butler left. All right, this is probably the best team Philly had since Jimmy Butler left. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
So,
and then we got to remember that Orlando also has a young coach as well. This is only his second season coaching them.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Is this not the same thing they were saying about you guys last year, Sacramento last year?
About what?
Is it not about y'all are young and y'all not going to keep it up and do the same thing? And what happened?
We got balls in the program. What happened?
Yeah, but you guys made it in there, and you made it in there, and you were better.
There's a difference, though.
We're talking about a team making it to the NBA Finals.
You said the 3-team race, but here's the difference between us and them. Now they had a good defense team, we were a good offense team. Difference is we had De'Aaron Fox. That's the difference. We had De'Aaron Fox, and we had Sabonis. Now Franz Wagner, he could potentially become better than Sabonis, like because he's a more skilled player. But these are 2 established players in the NBA already. The Sabonis is already established, a multiple All-Star player. Fox under a max contract, like he's been in the league for 6 years plus. So we talking about guys being led by Paolo, 2nd-year player, and Franz Wagner, a 3rd-year player. So let's be like, and they never taste the playoffs. Sabonis played a game 7 against LeBron James or Oladipo. Fox never touched the playoffs. And then we had a veteran coach in Mike Brown. Mike Brown been around the block for years, for over 30 plus years. So it's different. But even
Now I
with
get you
that,
that with the coaching.
even that being said, we weren't top three. Like we top 3 seed, but nobody saw us as a threat to the NBA final. Nobody saw us outside of me, and probably in days that like this too. But nobody really saw us. Everybody saw Denver, Lakers, and Phoenix. Denver, Lakers, Phoenix. Those were the top 3 everybody looked at in the West. And they respected the Warriors, obviously, because of the championship pedigree.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just didn't see. I just thought that yes, you guys had was like burned out at the end of that right there. That's the only reason why I think you guys lost. I thought you guys were a little burnt out, and that's why you guys lost.
This is what I think what happened, Tony. Number one, they exposed our weaknesses. Sabonis, they exposed Sabonis tremendously. They exposed Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell was not a good. They let Davion Mitchell shoot all series. And number 3, we weren't a good defensive team. We were good that series, but when you're not good all year, and you finally lock in on defense, it's gonna weigh on the offensive end. It just is. Like our offense, we weren't making threes, bro. We was missing wide open threes because all the energy was spilling on the defensive end. Mike Brown talks about that all the time. We need to start that now. So by the time the playoffs times come, we're not doing no adjusting. We just playing our game. So
will you say that Orlando is the Sacramento of last year?
No,
Maybe.
I would say Indiana is more like Sacramento because they are more offensively inclined than we are. Like not more, but we were a huge offensive team and we suck defensively. Orlando is a good defensive team and a below average offensive team. So like I would say Orlando was a decent team. They could make a run. I wouldn't be surprised if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I want to look at them as it's a 3-man race. That's what I'm saying. I want to put them above Philly.
For me, I would compare Orlando, and I'm not saying this because I'm a fan of this team, but I would compare them to Miami. Miami was a really good defensive team, but they were below average as an offensive team last year. And even though we had vets, no one thought that we were one of the top teams in the East. Even though that record-wise, they are one of the top teams in the East. They're like Joe said, they're a young team. Their head coach is young, and I like the fact that he mentioned Indiana because Indiana has a head coach who has won a championship. So, and they have some Miles Turner who's been in the league for a while. He's a vet. You got Tyrese Halliburton, who's a young star. Remember, he was involved in that trade for Fox to get to Sacramento. So you have that. You got Buddy Hield, who's been in the league for a while, who's a scorer. Even though he may or may not be traded soon, who knows what's going to happen with that? And then you got Matisse Thybulle, who's another young guy. But he's to me, Matisse is like their Keegan Murray, if you really think about it, because Keegan Murray was their young guy. Matisse Thybulle. I'm not saying that the kind of player they are. I'm just I'm just saying this, just the position that they're in. So I like that comparison.
He can play that defense too, y'all. I don't think I've been watching. He been playing on defense.
Yeah, he has. So that's that. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next topic because we got even more news with Draymond going on now because not only is he suspended indefinitely, Thursday he has to meet with Rich Paul, which is his agent, to discuss a path on counseling and help for him moving forward.
Ooh,
the league didn't want to put specific number on the suspension, but allowed Green to take the time he might need to deal with his challenges he's facing. So Joe actually has the clip. So before I get started with everything, let's go ahead and show the clip of what happened last night against the Suns.
Yo, this man, and look, unapologetic. Yo, he smacked him.
Even in slow-mo, it looks bad.
No.
It looks worse in slow-mo. That's terrible.
Yo, he smacked.
Yo, he looked like Wilder when he threw a haymaker at your man in boxing, bro.
I can't believe how hard he smacked this man for real. Like,
Yeah.
he really smacked this man. Like, bro, I'm over here crying for real, laughing.
So
Yes, dude.
we're gonna start this with you, Tony. You're the vet when it comes to sports and knowing about basketball and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on the situation with Draymond, knowing that he's suspended indefinitely now? And what do you think is going to come of this? Do you think he's going to come back and be a different player, or do you think he's going to come back and pretty much still be the same?
So when we were sitting in our dressing rooms talking, right? Like I put that right, dressing room, right? When we were sitting in there talking, right? I said to Joe, I said, Joe, this dude has a mental problem. He needs to sit on someone's couch. All right. He needs to sit on someone's couch and just be there. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be on the couch and because that guy has a mental problem. There's something wrong with him. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, had it been open hand, I don't think it would have been everyone would have looked at it the same way. I think the fact that it was close, the referee even realized what happened because when he came in and he called an offensive foul and he was like, "Nah, we gotta look at this again, bro." Hold a second, I don't think I saw what I saw. Like something's wrong with him, man. Something's wrong with him, and you know it takes a lot to go and fix that. He's you know he needs to sit there and start from our favorite comedian is Ali Sadiq, right? And Ali Sadiq said something right. We never, when we go and do things, we never can figure out where things went wrong. I pinpointed it to right around age 10, right? He needs to go and find somebody to pinpoint when he got started to have the mental issues, right? Because he wasn't doing this at, what was it, Michigan State, right? He was Michigan State, right? All right, yeah. So he wasn't doing that at Michigan State, right? Something happened. But yeah, I wasn't surprised. I was going to say that he's probably going to get suspended indefinitely. I liken this to the Ron Artest, the brawl in Detroit, right, where there was no way he wasn't going to get suspended pretty much indefinitely. Now I'm glad they're looking to get him help. That's something I saw that they're trying to get him help. That's great, but I don't know, man. I don't know where we're going to go with this dude. And you saw that when he choked my man out, and Kerr said it then. All right. But the problem is nobody's getting this guy any help. When you punch your own teammate in practice, something's wrong. Right. And the way he did it, like Jordan did it too. Jordan punched Kerr. So Kerr was, and I think Kerr was having flashbacks when he saw it. But I don't know, man. I really don't know, Joe.
Hey, Dave, can you read what you gotta do again? Sorry.
You said, can I what?
Read the stipulations of his suspension again.
So Draymond Thursday has to meet with his agent Rich Paul, discuss a path on counseling and help for him moving forward.
Yo, so look, I'm only laughing because Nurkic is okay. He's okay, he's fine. But I'm sorry, I gotta see it again. Like look at this, y'all. Like, look how he smacked them. Oh, that's crazy. Like, that's wild. He really smacked them. And then like he got up, like he apologized in the press conference, and it was like, I don't want to apologize. That's how I mean it. Like, he sound like his body language was so bad. Now, I wouldn't go as far as say he got a mental problem. Maybe he does. He's an enforcer, right? And it's getting to his head. Like, he trying to live up to his enforcer title because he's getting worse. And one thing about Draymond, I don't know if y'all feel the same way. Like, against us, right? We just play these dudes on primetime television in the IST tournament. Who, if y'all win by 12, y'all in. We lose by 11, we in, right? We going at it, everybody watching. This dude gets attacked for doing the carry thing, right? We keep doing this. They do attack on him. The very next play, This man, all on Malik Monk, fouling him hard, and then after they call foul, he's like stare down the ref. I feel like when he gets attacked, he feels like he got to do even more stuff. Like he got to even be even more crazier. Normally, when you get a technical foul, you like, you know what? I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna try to be more. I'm gonna be more mindful that I do because I don't want to be thrown out the game. But he felt like once he get attacked, he could up the ante. Like he could do more stuff. He think he it's an enforcing title. That's what I think it is. Like he's living up to that. Like he choked out Rudy Gobert. He think it's cool. You ever been to school and the guy does like your friend do something stupid, like I don't know, like put somebody in a chokehold, then they're gonna get suspended. But everybody like, oh, he put me in the chokehold. That's Draymond. Draymond getting all the kudos from his boys, but he didn't want to suspend their own. About to fail the 8th grade, right? So that's what Draymond that he's living up to a title. He's worrying about. He might not tell you, but I feel like he's thinking about what people think about him. Like he wanted to have this title. And then like here's my issue. He don't have to be this guy to be Draymond. He don't have to be this enforcer type dude. Be the enforcer when you have to. Like that, who would you say y'all enforcer on Miami? Who would you say y'all enforcer is? Y'all have an enforcer or Tony? Y'all have one with Indiana yet?
Enforcer, I would say for me it would be between Bam and Jimmy, I guess.
Yeah, probably it's Jimmy. Jimmy always step in, but Jimmy ain't looking for it. But if something happened, you gonna have to see Jimmy too. That's how Trey Lyles is for us. Trey Lyles like that. Trey Lyles ain't gonna purposely try to fight you, but if you mess with Aaron Fox, Trey Lyles gonna step in like, whoa, you gotta chill. So Draymond, just do that. You ain't gotta do all that extra stuff. Like, bro, like, come on now. So I ain't think that's going to indefinitely suspend him. I'm thinking like 10 games because they get on foul last time. And then I'm thinking maybe max 20. But then I'm thinking about it. They gave John Morant 25 for flashing the gun. He smacked. Like, he really smacked the dude. And this is after a chokehold. So, I mean, he might get 25 too. I mean, I don't know. So, but I think it's a good move. Definitely suspension is a good move.
Yeah, I think it's a good move too. I also thought it was going to be like maybe 10, 15 games. I didn't think it was going to be any more than that. But this is the right move. Now, as far as the mental thing, I think y'all both know what's most important to me is mental health. So if there's something going on with his mental health, I hope that this is the right move for him and he actually goes and does what he needs to do to get that done. Because if this is something that's troubling him, he needs to find the answer so he can go play the game that he loves. Allowed to be able to get paid all the money that he's made to create general wealth for his family. Help out his teammates because I know his teammates love him. So just do whatever he can to get back on the court. On the flip side, if this is not a mental health thing, then maybe he needs to just be away from basketball because it seemed like he needed to make another career in like UFC or WWE. Because he doing whatever he can to put his hands on somebody. Remember last year, the issue with him and Jordan Poole was because of what he did to Jordan Poole in practice. He got in the man's face. Then after Jordan Poole pushed him away because he got too close, he stole him. He cold-cocked him. He knocked him out. Like, come on, man. This is your teammate at the end of the day.
A youngin' too.
Like you said, Jordan punched Steve Kerr, but he ain't knock him out like that. I'm almost certain. I'm pretty sure Steve Kerr was still up. Like, come on, man. Like, you do that.
Steve Kerr, he was rocking. I held my own.
So,
they said Jordan put him on his behind, bro. They said Jordan.
Also, what's his name?
Was it wasn't it Bill Cartwright or something like that?
No, Bellamy.
It was dang, what is his name? Armstrong.
Right?
Armstrong too. He hit Armstrong too.
I know he stole the center.
BJ Armstrong. BJ Armstrong. He hit Bill Winnington. He hit a couple people.
Yeah, that's right. That's what he hit. Yeah.
So Draymond got a problem, man. He just for some reason he has to do something to put attention on him. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if he wants attention. I don't know if he just think what he's doing is normal. Or he don't have good body control. I don't know what it is, but he got an issue. Remember, he did the A-Town stomp on Sabonis in the playoffs.
Hey, that looked like a control punch to me.
What was the That's what he did. He saw a roach on his opponent and tried to kill that guy.
Man, hey, that's why I say he belong in the UFC and WWE. At least he can get, he can still get paid for, putting his hands on people. So, I mean, you got your opportunity there, Draymond. I don't know if boxing is going to work out for you, but hey, you got to it may work out. I don't know. UFC, at least what you did was a UFC move. They do that all the time in the UFC, turn around and hit people with their back hand. So it's possible. But I don't know. Draymond, you deserve to be suspended because either way, whether you meant to do this or not, this has been a problem for you throughout your NBA career. This has happened ever since after you guys won your first title. This has been an ongoing occurrence. People, they already call you a dirty player, and you continue to live up to it. You need to sit down for as long as possible, and indefinitely. We don't know how long that is because it's indefinitely. It has no number. It could be 5 games. It could be 6 games. It could be 10 games. It could be 20. It could be 30. It could be the rest of the season. Who knows? We don't know exactly how long he's going to be in therapy, but he needs to be in it for as long as he needs to make sure that he comes back a different player when it comes to being an enforcer. You can be an enforcer without hitting people.
That's crazy.
This is not the 90s. This ain't the 80s to where when you're driving the ball, they're going to elbow you so you won't dunk the ball or get a layup. This is not what that is. The game has changed tremendously since then. The rules are not the same. You're not allowed to just hit people just because you feel like you need to enforce them to not think. And even if you look at his explanation when he was talking to the ref, he tried to say that he barely was touching you during that time. Like, come on, Draymond.
He said it so that he was trying to sell a foul. That's what he said.
Like,
because
you trying to
saw
sell the
it
foul?
coming.
That's a terrible way to sell it.
He never saw it coming. My man was looking at the ball, getting inbound, and took a solid one. Look at him. You look at the ball getting inbound. Look. He like, what? Oh Jesus!
Bro, he smacked the mess out of him.
He was like, is this basketball?
Yeah.
Hey, look, for the viewers watching, there's gonna be some sensitive people. Oh, y'all making fun of this. First of all, relax. All right, relax. Draymond said he done an accident. We're gonna take his word for it, right? We know he's suspended because this is a recurrent situation. Yeah. But Nurkic is okay. Even Nurkic joked about it. I'm just glad he didn't headlock me. I'm just glad he put the headlock. But you always could laugh when they all right. Like somebody fall off a bike, you make sure they all right, bro. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Hey, bro, you fall.
Yeah, I waited to see if he got off the floor from watching it. I was like, ooh, and I was like looking. I said, once I saw him get off the floor, I was in tears because I was like, how is he looking at the referee like, what's going on? Like, dude, you are not Bill Lamb.
That's what you think,
Like, what are you doing?
He deserves to be suspended. He deserves to be suspended. Like I said, hope you get the help you need, but that's pretty much it. For more thoughts on this, say it yourself. Comment. We will be in the chats. If you're not a member, then you don't know what these chats are. That means become a member so you can get in the IG chats. Let's go ahead and have our last words. That was our last topic, so let's go ahead and do our last words. Tony, you first. You back on the show after a while, so last words.
No, I always appreciate being on here with you guys. I have a ball every time I'm on here with you guys. So thanks for the invite once again. I have the Pacers are playing really well. The Pats suck, right? But I want to talk about something that has been that's been bothering me for a while now, right? And it's the way the NCAA did this whole pick for the playoffs, right? Like we got screwed, but Florida State got screwed more than we did, right? We got screwed. There's no way we first of all, there's no way we dropped the 6, I think it was. There's no way we're the only team that ever dropped like that. No team has lost that late and have been first number 1 all year long and have dropped that low, right? But for Florida State to be undefeated and not make the playoffs is a travesty. And all of you guys, I don't know how you guys sleep at night knowing that you screwed those kids like that. That's all I have to say. Alabama is great. Texas is pretty good. Texas played a soft team, so they're supposed to beat Oklahoma State like that.
They beat Alabama too. But go ahead.
Yeah, that was the early season Alabama.
Yeah.
But this Alabama is a little different. This team's a little different.
Same quarterback too.
Yeah, they play better. But no, what I'm saying is man, you it's a travesty. I feel bad for those kids, right? We lost that game because of what we did, not because of what Alabama did, right? So if any one of those two teams wasn't deserving to be there, it would be Georgia because of how they played in the SEC championship game.
And y'all lost in the SEC championship game, like hey.
But yeah, we did it before. We still made the playoffs. I mean, we did it before. And we still made the playoffs. But the thing is,
like that should be more. Like y'all lost in the championship game. Alabama, but they actually
and been we were number one, but they were eighth. We were number one. They were eighth. There's no way you jump over a team that's undefeated and go up to where you are. I don't care about. I love the SEC. I love the SEC. SEC is the top, but there's no way you jump over a Florida State who has been as dominant as they've been all year long.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, thank you again, guys. I don't want to hold it anymore. Thank you guys again for inviting me on, and I can't wait till the next time.
Yeah, I'll go, Dave. Sacktown, we got blown up by the Clippers again. Can't do nothing on the back-to-back game. I don't know why they keep playing us against the Clippers on the back-to-back, but hey, it's the schedule makers. But Commanders, this is looking on offense. That's what I asked for. Looking on offense. Appreciate you, Tony, for coming on. Appreciate that. Speaking your knowledge on Bill Belichick, because that's your squad. Thank you to everybody on the R2L family. We appreciate y'all, all the shows and stuff. Hey, we got a person who volunteered to do the social media too. I gotta tell you, Dave. That's why who volunteered. It's mine in the R2L family too. I get you help. But so yeah, we're supposed to meet tonight, so I'm excited about that. But let's go. Hashtag swiper season, like the bean.
Yeah, for me, I got to give a shout out to my team, San Francisco. First team in the NFL to clinch a playoff spot. So great job, San Francisco. But we know job is not done. We still got games to get to take care of. We got the Cardinals this Sunday. Let's take the business of the Cardinals. Let's go 5-0 in the division. With the Rams that haven't been the last game of the season that we played in the division. But let's, complete this bird hunting, that we got going on. We beat the Seahawks twice already, got the Eagles out the way. We got the Cardinals up next, and then we got the Ravens on Christmas Day. So let's take care of business, show them how dominant we are, because we're a top 5 offense, we're a top 5 defense. Brock Purdy right now is leading everything in MVP voting right now, although they say he's co-MVP with Dak Prescott. I believe that it's Brock Purdy, and people like Cam Newton will call him a game manager. Doesn't matter. My game manager has 25 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 3,500 yards. And a better completion percentage than you ever had in your career. So that's for Cam. Miami Heat. We got Bam and Tyler Hero possibly coming back after injury by the end of December. Let's do what we can to make that happen. If we need to make a move, Pat Riley, don't take a nap this time. Red Sox, we didn't get who we wanted. We didn't get Ohtani. We didn't get Soto. We didn't get a big name. Let's make some moves, please. We should not be the only team in this division to not make a move. It doesn't make sense. We fired the guy who wasn't spending money. We got money to spend. Go spend the money. Go get somebody. It don't make sense. That's it for me. Miami Hurricanes. Let's go get Cam Ward. That's it.
All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today. And we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.